You're watching Boys and Girls, a WHNT News 19 special, sponsored by Simon's Jewelers.
Took away my MTV. Now I'm watching Barney. Barney got shot by G.I. Joe. Now I'm watching Cosby Show. Cosby Show got fired. Now I'm getting tired. Mama went to the doctor and doc said, don't stop till your hands get red, 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 red.
America's kids are in crisis.
Three out of 10 students will not graduate on time.
Juvenile crime escalates between the hours of 3 and 7 p.m. when 15 million kids are left unsupervised.
A third of U.S. kids are obese or overweight.
One in 5 young people in America live in poverty. In communities all over the country, our youngest are left to find their own recreation and companionship in the streets.
Young people need to know someone cares. Boys and Girls Clubs of America offer that and more.
Club programs and services promote and enhance youth development by instilling a sense of competence,
Of usefulness.
Belonging.
And influence.
300,000 staff and volunteers serving 4 million kids at 4,000 clubs in rural areas and inner cities nationwide.
Providing a safe and fun place to learn and grow.
A place for those who need it most.
For those who will one day nurture us in return.
And become our future. Boys and girls.
Patrick, you know, a lot of people may not know this, but I'm a product of the Boys Club in Nashville. But back when I was going, we went more for recreation than anything. We were able to learn how to play bumper pool and basketball, and I even learned to swim. But the Boys and Girls Club today is so much different than what it was when I was growing up. What are you teaching these kids nowadays?
Well, you know, the biggest thing is we concentrate on is our formula for impact, and that's 3 components, 3 pillars, and that's education, character and leadership, and healthy lifestyles. And those are the 3 things that we really concentrate on at the Boys and Girls Club each and every day.
And I don't know what I can do for you.
I like the Boys and Girls Club because you get to do different activities and learn different things every day. I love the Boys and Girls Club because there's a lot of great things to do.
I'll play my favorite part for you.
Each day at 3:30, the kids flood in. Every minute after that is an opportunity to learn.
You know, to join the Army, you have to pass the entrance test. You have to study to pass the entrance test. Yes. You show me how you study, then I'll come get you and do something special there. What you like to do?
Patrick Wynn is the president of the Boys and Girls Club of North Alabama. He says here in the Tennessee Valley and in clubs all across the United States, what makes the kids succeed is structure.
The programs that we provide here, we don't just create the program. They've been tried and tested by the program staff in Boys and Girls Club of America.
What is tomato?
Be a friend, make a friend.
There you go. Now everybody together, tell them what it is.
Be a friend,
Very good. Here you go.
For the first hour of their day, every student heads to Power Hour. For 60 minutes, the club is surprisingly silent. Heads bowed diligently over homework.
You talk to parents, they're so grateful for the club because they understand that when they get home in the afternoon, that the kids' homework is going to be done. They're in a safe, structured environment.
You're looking at syllables. How many times would you clap for freezing?
freezing. How many times did I clap?
When the work is done, the real fun begins. But as Wynn calls it, it's fun with a purpose.
We use the games room for more than just, play games. This is pretty much the social aspect, learning how to work together, learning how to win, learning how to lose. A lot of times when kids play games like pool or something like that, they'll give them one pool stick so they can learn how to share.
While kids learn how to share and be kind winners and losers in the game room, the character building continues in the gym.
Come on, come on.
It's more than about scoring a basket or scoring a touchdown. It teaches you things about working together as a team and developing just lifelong partnerships and friendships. But most importantly, it teaches you things like commitment and just staying in it, no matter how tough it is, just staying in it. And that's just like life.
And in the art room, they learn to find their talents.
Everybody's not going to be an athlete. Everybody's not going to be a computer guru. So giving the kids the chance to express themselves as artists is very important.
From the time the children arrive to the time the pencils and sports equipment are put away, the Boys and Girls Club is creating an atmosphere where children can believe they can become anything if they work for it.
At the Boys and Girls Club, we are shaping young people to be solid citizens in this community.
You've seen some of these kids grow and develop over the years. How rewarding is that to you as director?
That makes my face light up because every day I hear from a young person that calls and says, I just want to tell you what the Boys and Girls Club did for me.
Mm-hmm.
And without the Boys and Girls Clubs, I don't know where I'd be right now.
It's been a long road, but it's been an exciting road. It's been a lot of fun. I've learned a lot.
The road Steve Maples has traveled has taken him all the way to CEO and Executive Director of Huntsville's Von Braun Center, a journey that began while he was still in school at Lehigh.
As a senior, I came over here and applied for a job, and they hired me part-time to clean the filters, and I've never left.
1976, a year after the VBC opened, Steve went to work while attending classes at Calhoun, UA Huntsville, and then graduating from Athens State. He worked his way up at the VBC and was associate director for 15 years before accepting the top job in 2007. But Steve's story of success started 2 blocks from where he grew up on Hoover Street in Lincoln Village.
My mom worked third shift, my dad worked first shift. And so the Boys Club started out probably as a place to help foster us while my parents were working. And it turned out to be the best thing in the world for us.
Steve says the Boys Club was his home away from home. It was a place where a young boy would sit and listen to positive role models who would change his life.
And some of those were college athletes. When I'm 8 years old and I'm looking up Pat Sullivan and Terry Beasley, you're kind of shocked. And it's quite an experience, really.
It was experiences like that at the Boys Club that made a difference in his life.
I met a lot of folks at the Boys Club, a lot of young men that were able to guide me and teach me things and keep me pointed in the right direction. And I think that was the foundation for everything.
Not only did Steve learn life skills at the Boys Club, he learned some carpentry skills and how to work with his hands.
Kind of reminds me of the old, Andy Griffith and the Mayberry. Everything about it was good.
But Huntsville is no longer Mayberry. The world has changed, and Steve knows it's a tougher world and a bigger challenge for kids to stay on the right path.
Today, these kids are being pulled in so many directions that are not good, and the Boys Club has more of a challenge to keep these kids focused on what's right, and that's where the challenge really comes in.
Part of meeting that challenge is being a positive role model. Last year, Steve was inducted into the Boys and Girls Club Hall of Fame. He says next to his family, it's the biggest thing that's ever happened to him in his life.
I think about it every day, Jerry. I have a little picture in my office that reminds me of it, and I just never forget about it, and I'm honored. I never dreamed about it. It never crossed my mind, so they exceeded my expectations, and they gave me something I didn't know I was missing, and it's really a lot of fulfillment inside my heart.
Steve Maples credits his dad with teaching him one of life's most valuable lessons: keep your word. And he offers this advice for young people who want to be successful in life.
You want to do things right, You want to surround yourself with good people, and you volunteer to do things along the way, to work your way up.
Just tell me that we'll stay the same.
These kids are at a good age where you can take them and shape them and mold them into the young men and women they need to be by the time they get to middle school, high school,
Right.
and go off to college.
Right. They are. Kids are very impressionable, and we try to surround our kids with trained, qualified staff so they can see the right kind of role models. Because unfortunately, you know, some of the communities that we're located in, they don't see the right kind of role models.
Yeah.
So that's another component that we try to bring at the Boys and Girls Club, is try to put them in contact with positive role models.
Here we go.
Each day,
Raised a lot of children here in Huntsville.
the beehive, as she calls it, comes to life.
All 150 sub plus that comes through the door every afternoon. I love my children. I care about them. And that's what children need to know. They need to know that someone cares about them.
What's going on, little Cohen? All right. Okay, come on.
It's young life, it's loud, it's passionate, and it's begging for attention.
Happy early birthday. Come on.
Every name,
If you get out, if you say Boys and Girls Club,
every story,
someone is going to say Miss Liz. Or if you say Miss Liz, someone is going to say Boys and Girls Club.
For 20 years now, this has been her mission. It's not easy work, not something a woman with a master's degree tends to keep doing, and she could be making a lot more money somewhere else. But this is Miss Liz. This is no ordinary woman.
We serve children that need us the most.
Growing up in a family with 10 kids in Athens in the 1960s,
You know, we never knew what the best of everything was, you see. We thought what we had was the best.
times were tough.
We had no Boys and Girls Club. We had no after-school activities that we could go to. We only had each other. So, like I said, it plays a major role in how I treat the kids, because I know from experience the missing link between having and not having.
From those humble beginnings, she pushed forward. She found strength and power in where she came from. And through it all, she discovered a calling.
You can take your environment here and look at it and say, well, hey, look, I want it better. I want it different than where I come from.
Her career within the Boys and Girls Club, her life outside of it.
So everything about Boys and Girls Club has inspired me to do what I do.
Going back to school to get her master's, all because she knew she had what it takes in this tough business. Love, lots of love.
You walk in the doors of the Boys and Girls Club. What is your mission?
My mission is to make someone happy today. To make one little child happy today.
You can't
And
give them all the money in the world.
Can't give them all the money in the world, but I can give them a lot of love. I can give them a lot of love. I can talk to them about life experiences, what way to go and which way not to go, so I can give them that. And believe it or not, sometimes that's all it takes. Because if a child respects you enough, they're gonna go on and be productive, be able to do something in society, because they don't want to let Miss Liz down.
How important is it to you to be a positive influence on these kids' lives?
It means the world to me. I'm a product of Boys and Girls Clubs. I grew up in public housing with a single-parent mother, so I understand the value of a role model. I understand the value of a quality program like the Boys and Girls Clubs.
It would be easy for me to rattle off statistics about crime and poverty in this Huntsville neighborhood. To describe how hard it is for kids who live here, most of whom have only one parent. But I don't know firsthand. I don't live it. Instead, I'll let someone else who has tell it.
It's pretty steep coming up out here right now to this day. Sometimes these kids struggle to eat.
Butler Terrace was home for Nicholas Jones for nearly 20 years.
Growing up out here, you really have two choices. You either can go the right way or the wrong way.
There are plenty of choices for the latter.
You fighting the drug trade, you fighting the gun trade, you fight anything that's evil, you fighting it out here in this neighborhood.
But where evil exists, so does good. And it's in the form of the Seminole Boys and Girls Club.
We have to invest more in our kids.
Coach Nick, as he's known around here, and many others are on a mission to help kids make the right choices.
Up here, you're gonna have a safe environment where structure is.
Structure, safety, security. All things program director Starrett Archie says lead to real change.
It's been proven that when there's a Boys and Girls Club in the community, juvenile delinquency decreases. And so we know we're making an impact there.
Decrease delinquency, increase education, and build rapport with parents.
Some of the parents are timid and shy because they didn't go as far, and they're unable to assist the children in their homework. And going into the school system to ask for help for their child is intimidating because they feel like they never accomplished much. But we've been able to bridge the gap somewhat by having PTA meetings here on our site.
They're also exposing children to new things, like healthy snacks.
You know, many kids at the Boys and Girls Club aren't always, doesn't really have fresh fruits and vegetables.
One scenario sticks out in Archie's mind.
One time we served orange juice in a cup, and the kids kind of looked at it and they kind of smelled it like, well, what is this? He said, well, it's orange juice. He said, orange juice? And I realized they're used to drinking orange soda, orange drink, but not orange juice. And so that one little thing really made an impact to me to see that many times as adults we take for granted the small things.
It's the little things, Archie says, that make the biggest difference in the life of a young person.
We feel that in the future we're going to have a much larger impact, a deeper impact to what we do. So hopefully the documentary will combat the stigma of Boys and Girls Clubs, all fun and games. There's no real substance there. We've changed strategically how we manage our clubs, and we are, the way we do business and the way we approach our communities is changing dramatically. And we hope that this documentary will open the door for people to see.
People who work here at the Boys and Girls Club, this is not just a job to them. The people here actually have a love for children.
You don't have to take the word of club staff and volunteers, or even us. Just ask the parents.
You can tell that they have a genuine love for children and a passion for what they're doing. It's not just a job.
It helps me out so much because it's just me. His father's not around, so I don't really have anybody else to help with the children.
I guess the main reason why it's important is because it is a family. It's someone they can depend on, they feel comfortable around, and it helps to encourage them. And children need encouragement from all aspects.
Enthusiasm. He's wanting to go to Boys and Girls Club on Saturday and Sunday, and I can't send him on Saturday and Sunday. He loves it. He loves the people. He loves the teachers. He even loves the secretary.
In all kind of manners, whether it's education, whether it's your particular talent, or skills, they're there for you, and they want you to do and be great.
His behavior with all the positive role models he has in his life, he actually has changed. He's not as behaviorally challenged, I would say. He was tough there for a while. He's much better now.
It had a huge impact because I was able to, as she's a single parent, to be able to be around people who kind of help to strengthen and support and provide that family atmosphere, and to kind of push me toward accomplishing and achieving my dreams.
For Jeremy Williams, that dream was to go to an Ivy League school. He leaves for Yale in the fall.
Changing the world is the most important part of it, though. So being able to make an impact in whatever community, whatever group of people I'm able to impact and change is where I am. 'Cause that's what the Boys and Girls Club statement is. The motto is, be great. And so I can be great anyway. I'm glad for the Boys and Girls Club for that.
I know this might seem strange and difficult to say, but this is who I am. Too far away from you to see, but learning to behave, but it's not your fault.
Sometimes they be mean to me. Yeah, sometimes we be mean, but we all love each other. Yeah.
When you look a little closer, listen a little harder, you often gain perspective from unexpected places or people. Find something that makes you think, changes your mind, or even calls you to action.
You got a lot of stuff, a lot of temptations these kids gonna get into without parents and older brothers being in their life or whatever. Some parents don't care, some do. But I mean, as far as like being around the Boys and Girls Club and stuff, I think it's a positive thing that they need to spread to not just the project, but to more communities. Because if you keep a child mind busy, it'll never get curious on the wrong thing.
No one will complain or ask you, are you listening?
It may be more convenient for some to allow an unpopular part of town like this one to become invisible. But in turning a blind eye, we also ignore the untapped potential that lies within.
People don't believe it, come out, spend time. Buy balloon bounds, cook some hot dogs or something. That's the only way you can reach the kids. You can't reach them just standing around talking because they're too curious. Their mind gonna go 40 going north. But you standing around, oh Lord Jesus, this and that. Every time you hear Mason Court, Butler tears or something, it's a shooting or something. Okay, that might happen this week, but look at all the good stuff that happened the rest of the week. Somebody's child came home A.B. honorable, but that's not on the news. You see what I'm saying? You got a girl that was out here 18 years and walked across the stage and graduated. That's not on the news.
So you see and you hear, but are you listening?
As long as you get people out in the community that care, there's always gonna be somebody out here gracious enough to step up, help with these kids, bring up other ideas into these programs. It don't matter if you just bring a lot of coloring books and stuff. Kids, you know what I'm saying, minds is amazing. Unless you sit down and talk to them, you'll never know.
Don't be shy.
Bottom line here, we all get involved. We truly can make a difference.
Absolutely. This is a great community. And some people think that we don't have these type of things going on in our community, but there are pockets of poverty, there are pockets of areas where kids really need help and they really need leadership. And that's where we're located, in the areas where kids need us the most. But if this community continues to do what it's done and be grateful to us, just get involved and just reach back and help a young person, we can change this community as a whole.
If you find the road is wide, stranger turns may wide the bend. Take what's yours if you're inclined to. Leave the rest and come again. The road is coming, we're almost there. Just keep on running, no more sleeping. We don't got time, just keep on running. slow. Just keep on running. No more sleeping. We don't got time. Just keep on running.
By now, we hope you've been able to realize, as we have firsthand, the vast opportunities afforded through club programs and services each and every day. For information on how you can make an impact, get in contact with the Boys and Girls Clubs of America and learn more about the clubs right in your own community. The potential positive impact of donating your time or talent even once is immeasurable. After all, what greater cause is there than personally investing in the futures of our young people, our boys and girls?
Tell me, are you